Sparky's thoughts.
Gen Z love is like a high-risk, low-reward side quest in a video game. Technically, you need it to complete the game, but like, what are the odds that you're actually going to accomplish that quest? Probably not. Dating used to be a life goal, and even essential throughout many eras of life. Most eras of life even. Now it's a subscription service that we all hate, but we keep renewing because in the depressing climate of the world right now, it'd be nice to have someone to at least be able to hold. But let's be real here. Romance in 2025 is a mixture of financial anxiety, unrealistic expectations, parasocial delusion, and apps that treat you like you're playing the digital Hunger Games that you have to pay for to even get a grasp at something feasible. So yeah, welcome to the hell that is dating in Gen Z. I find that a lot of millennials and boomers tend to use this one sentence. This one sentence that plagued all the gamers and people that stay inside all day for at least the past 2 decades. Just go outside and meet someone. Dude, like going outside doesn't cost $70 now, bro. And I live in NYC. I'm not spending 1/10 of the average rent to go on a date that just ends with, I'm not really looking for anything serious right now. Yeah, did you come to that conclusion before or after I paid for your free meal? I think Gen Z is the first generation where romance isn't dying because people stopped caring. I think people crave personal connection more than ever in a lot of ways, but it's dying because no one has the resources to be able to sustain a relationship. Most of us are too broke to fall in love. We can't afford it. Like, let's be real here. Like, what sounds better? Affection or affording groceries? Like, let people my age are either living with roommates or their parents until they're like 32. And more than ever, people crave stability. No one wants to be 32 sneaking someone in like they're 16. You can't build a stable relationship when your life is unstable. That's just the reality. Love isn't dead. It's just financially out of reach. And every month, companies are finding new ways to essentially say that we don't need people to work for us anymore. Many college degrees being rendered more useless than they already were, and the constant reminders from modern media that you need to be stable in order to maintain any sort of a relationship, that women should only be submissive to people who have their lives together, you know, whether that's right or wrong, and I think that's just many people's opinion. It's just not realistic for most, so they kind of just give up before they even had a chance. Quick intermission. If for some reason you want more Sparky, follow my raw commentary channel at Sparky No Thoughts. Follow me on Twitch at Sparky's Thoughts, and if you can't catch me live, follow my live channel at Sparky's Thoughts Live. Thank you for your time. Back to the video. This takes us into the next hopeless section of dating in Gen Z. Where do I begin, bro? Dating apps are kind of like slot machines, except it's considered a jackpot when your conversation dies after 3 messages, on the rare occasion that you get matches. In real life, an average man is normal, fine, dateable even. On dating apps, he's like that rock that gets caught between the crevices of your boot, scum to be wiped away into the endless void of the other people that eventually step on that rock and have to remove it from their boot. Women can swipe like they're grocery shopping. No. Ooh, this one's organic. Meanwhile, guys are swiping like they're cutting the red wire on a bomb. And this is a pretty natural imbalance in today's climate. But because of this imbalance, the hopelessness is insane. People saying, you know what? I'm probably not gonna get a conversation out of this girl anyway. I might as well try for some feet pics. Apps know exactly what they're doing. They purposely show you the most attractive people early on and occasionally sprinkle some in every now and then to keep you hooked. Maybe even giving you some sort of item where you can actually have a chance at only choosing from attractive people, like Hinge having that rose feature. Congratulations, you use your rose that you get once a week. That gives you a chance at shooting your shot with women that probably wouldn't even take a second look at you. Be back next week for your next one. Here, enjoy the next 300 swipes of out of shape mid. Want to be rejected but at least seen more? Pay for our subscription. We'll push you out to so many people that hopefully someone matches with you, and they do, but guess what? Out of shape mid. No one wins. Even when women run into 8 out of 10 men, there's 20 others that look just like them and probably even better, just waiting in some other crevice. And you can only see so many people a week. And in this climate where there's a lot of creepy dudes out there that are willing to do anything just to be able to say that I sniffed a girl, it's just not optimal. Even me, right? I'm gonna be honest. The other day on Hinge, a girl sent me a rose. And it's really rare that that happens, so I decided to just straight up ask her like, what made you want to send me a rose? And she was like, I was one of the people in her standouts. Me? I'm gonna be real with y'all. I'm not gonna say I'm ugly by any means, but even I feel like I don't get that many likes or matches on Hinge. I'm a standout? Then the rest of society is cooked, because by no means did anything about my profile and the consistency of my matches give the vibes that I'm a standout anything. You ever see a girl out in real life and think like, she's pretty cute, probably attainable? Sometimes you're out in real life and a girl comes up to you. Then that same girl on a dating app will swipe left on you because she only gets about 7 likes a day, and her standards on dating apps are either Love Island contestants or crypto bros in Dubai with Louis Vuitton shirts and the skinniest jeans you can find, even though they have a workout body type. These dating apps are skill-based matchmaking. Even if you're a decent looking person, these people are treating these dating apps like celestial lobbies. Filters, perfect lighting, BBL, AI edits making people look more attractive. How is the average person that mildly scrolls on Hinge every now and then, doesn't go out much, doesn't take great pictures, supposed to compete with AI and ring lights? We're not choosing our partners anymore. We're choosing aesthetics. The digital market and algorithms inflate what people find attractive. 9 times out of 10, the girl that swiped left on you, if you went up to her in real life, she would give you the time of day, but on dating apps, you're too busy competing with Michael B. Jordan clone number 5. Bringing us into the next section. Parasocial love is ruining our perception. We've reached the point where we see more attractive people in 1 week than our grandparents probably saw in their entire lifetime. People are forming parasocial relationships with influencers that don't even know that they exist. The reality is, you're not competing with someone whose job it is to look hot for 2 million strangers. We're basically cheating on potential with fantasy partners that we scroll through at 2 a.m. Think about how much attractive people are thrown into our feeds every single day. While we're lonely, while we're broke, while a lot of people have no hope. People either feel like I have to have that or I will never have that. And it's frying our brains. And we live in a society that puts so much emphasis on people's physical looks, and character is like on the back burner. This is why people are literally smashing their face in with hammers in order to try to attempt to look like a Giga Chad. Even if people did have girlfriends, you're scrolling past thousands of attractive women every day, and I truly think that something in the back of a lot of these people's heads take that as like some sort of subconscious reminder that they could be doing better. Even further than this, I feel like a lot of people's standards are being influenced by social media rhetoric. Every day there is a new viral take that will have you questioning your own standards and morality as a person that has lived an entire life to know exactly what you probably want and don't. Every day it's a new take. Here's why I don't date men that make less than 200K. Men shouldn't date women with guy friends. Relationships are a distraction. Relationships are a requirement. Don't settle. Don't be delusional. Be high value. Be mysterious. And millions of people are taking relationship advice from people whose situation could not be further from theirs. You don't know what these people are going through in real life. And quite frankly, if they're online with no context, telling you how you should live your life and the partner you should choose, they're probably not happy themselves. What type of trauma do you think someone has to go through to be able to say, I can't date someone making under $200,000? I'm not even saying that they got their heart broken or anything. I'm not saying that a man or woman did something to them. I'm saying extreme requirements usually come from some sort of compensation based upon something that isn't going that well in their own life. You guys can do what you want with that information. The other day I was watching some TikTok and I tried so hard to find it, but I can't, where it's basically some girl dancing around in the grocery store, I don't know, acting like a nuisance. No problem with that, right? There's no problem with doing a dance in a grocery store. But she recorded herself doing this dance in front of her boyfriend, and then I think she said something along the lines of like, oh, are you proud of me? Or, oh, look at me, and insinuating that the man is supposed to be somehow impressed with whatever she was doing, and the dude basically didn't really have much of a reaction. Pretty standard TikTok, probably something that wouldn't get more than like, I don't know, 500 views on some random Tuesday, but this video actually had like upwards of 200,000 likes. Why? Because there were people in the comments telling this woman, you should break up with your boyfriend because he doesn't acknowledge your accomplishments. Because he's not jumping for joy at some woman making a fool of herself? Like, what do you want the man to do? Toss a biscuit up in the air so she can catch it in her mouth? Like, I'm so confused. And the thing is, social media is so powerful that thousands of people telling you that you should break up with your boyfriend over him not being proud of you at doing some stupid dance. For a lot of people, I think would actually make them consider breaking up with their boyfriend. So in a lot of ways, it's like we're not even dating people anymore. We're dating the collective trauma of whatever influencer or commenter whose comment we're reading. And as much control as people over the internet want over people's lives, I find it so ironic that we're more scared of vulnerability than ever before. We are past the stage of social media and technology being designed to make us more connected, because that's just not the case anymore. It made us NPCs in each other's lives. I can be having a conversation with 10 people at once and have zero obligation to reply to any of them as fast as I would need need to in real life. So you can have the cake of being able to have someone's time and socialize with them without any of the baking of, I have to reply instantly, without the respect of just giving human beings the time of day. It's all optional. I can talk to 10 people in my phone, choose to reply to 5 of those people immediately, like 3 of them later, and never text 2 back again. And because we're so hypersensitive to things that we do and how they affect other people, one person's low effort can have the other person's anxious attachment style, make them think that they're worthless, when the reality is, you're not worthless, you're just in the generation that doesn't incentivize anybody to care. A long time ago, you met someone in your radius, and that was it. You might have had a crush on some lady that you've seen on TV that you'll probably never see in real life, but all you knew was that person on TV. You didn't have insight into people's lives like you do now. You didn't have the same amount of resources to be parasocial, and quite frankly, relationships were probably somewhat essential back then than they are now. Now it's like people want couple goals without the actual connection. People want universal praise for looking good with somebody without the emotional growth or maturity that it takes to spend the rest of your life with somebody. And the bottom line is, as much as I can sit there and blame social media and trends and all the things that I talked about in this video up until this point, the reality is that commitment feels scary because everything is temporary now. People are leaving jobs with the expectation that they'll get something better just to be unemployed for a year. Friendships can change because morality only goes as far as what that person saw on social media that day that affected their emotions and changed their perspective on something that they thought that they understood about themselves. The cost of living is going up everywhere. Shit, even your sanity is temporary. How you feel today might not be how you feel tomorrow. Why would relationships be any different? If everything feels temporary, why would relationships be any different? A lot of people don't even know where they're going to be tomorrow, so they don't want to worry about where they and another person are going to end up in a year. It's just too much on the mental. I'm gonna be real, and I don't blame them. But to give you guys some sort of optimism, because yeah, let's just be real, this shit is pretty depressing. Love isn't dead. It's just buried under all the noise. I don't think we're hopeless. We're just overwhelmed. We have too much of the illusion of choice, too much pressure, too much comparison, just too much everything. But when you find someone that cuts through all of that, someone who makes you forget about the algorithms, someone who makes you forget about all the noise, someone who gives you hope and reassurance for this world, and someone that can gently place their hands over your ears to block out all that noise, I think that hits harder than ever. Now, good luck actually finding that, because in the world of constant distraction, finding real connection, especially in adulthood, is a freaking miracle, which is another video I have to make. Yeah, I don't know, man. Just pray for the best. But I don't think love in this age is impossible. But in the climate of the world right now, it damn sure feels that way. I am Sparky, and I am out.